Hey Aries, welcome to your February 2020 Love and Intimacy readings. I normally do these readings just general for the month, but since it is the month of Valentine's Day, I figured I would make this a love and intimacy reading. And I'm also going to include Venus sign placements. So if you're an Aries sun and you're watching this and this does not resonate with you, and you are aware of your rising sign and moon and Venus, please go and listen to those because they may resonate more for you. Also, if you do know those signs, you should go listen to those videos as well because you may get a little bit of something in each reading. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started. LisaSalvatore.com is my website. Please click and like and subscribe if you like this content. It really helps me to grow my channel. And if you would like a private consultation, you can find all of that right on my website. Okay, Aries, so this is going to be your reading for February 2020. Aries Sun, Moon, Venus, and or Rising. Let's get started. I'm going to use the Psychic Tarot of the Heart by John Holland, since it's the month of love, Valentine's Day. I'm actually hearing, as I'm shuffling, KISS, K-I-S-S, but not like a kiss kiss. This is like keep it simple, stupid. I know that sounds horrible, but I've seen that bumper sticker somewhere. But it's like, in other words, when it comes to your relationships this month, Aries, I would suggest keep it simple. Don't go overboard trying to have these grandiose displays of affection, especially if you're an Aries in a new relationship, or trying to win the heart of somebody or win them back. Don't go, keep it simple. In other words, it almost feels like you need to just be yourself and not be so worried about how it looks or how it's going to be perceived, but rather just doing it from the heart, like going more into the heart. Keep it simple. Don't go crazy. That's what I'm getting right off the bat for you when it comes to your heart-to-heart relationships this month, Aries. Okay. By the way, I was not calling any of you stupid. That's just the bumper sticker. So keep it simple. Keep it simple, silly. How about I'll say that? Okay. Keep it simple. All right, Aries. Let's see what we got here. Okay. So, it's interesting, the Magician popped out first. This is the Magician in the traditional tarot deck, number 1. And the Magician is all about manifestation. You can see it says manifest, and Aries is master manifester. Aries are very driven cardinal signs, so you like to get things moving and get things started. What I feel is that a lot of you listening were involved in a connection, in a relationship, and you might have taken a break or taken a step back you probably had a lot going on with work situations, perhaps some family stuff that you needed to take care of, and the relationship, because of that, wasn't on the forefront. It wasn't as important or as prominent as it should have been or could have been. And so I don't know if you initiated the break or the other person did, but it feels like a break was initiated, whether it be physical or emotional, but there was a break here. And you're realizing that connection that you had with this other person was really a creative connection, a strong connection, a good connection for you, a connection that helped you to heal and see yourself through a better lens. And you're kind of feeling stuck about this, like you don't really know if you can get this person back. And it goes back to the keep it simple. If you're just honest with this person and lower your expectations a little bit and let them know, and this could be either male or female, it doesn't matter, just let them know where you stand and that you're sorry, and that you know, find the right wording, like you're sorry for putting whatever it was first, you're sorry for not communicating, because when I see this here, this is number 9 is the Hermit in the traditional tarot deck, and there's bluebirds here. When I see those bluebirds, I think of the throat chakra, which is communication. So you're so focused on building your empire or building something else or putting your energy elsewhere in the relationship or the connection, because it may not even have been a full-blown relationship. It could have just been like a short-term one that had potential, but you were so wrapped up in whatever else was going on that you didn't communicate enough, or I don't know, but it feels like it left that other person with a dry taste in their mouth, sour taste. And so the relationship could either be on the brink of fading out completely, or it already has. But at any rate, you're feeling the pull, you're feeling like you really want to get back in contact with this person if you're not at the moment. And if you are still in contact, it feels like you need to reconnect because there's a very strong physical energy present. We have the Magician, the sacral chakra. This is all about like sexual energy, creative energy, really being into it, like having sex to have, not just to have sex, but having sex because there's passion and emotion, and not always being so in the head, Aries. This is about getting into the heart and really honing in on lowering your pride and lowering your expectations and rebuilding that connection that was maybe, or is, it could either already be, it could already be out, like it could be this person has kind of phased out, or it could be that it's on the way out. You'll know however to apply this, but there's a sense about needing to like rebuild it, needing to rebuild yourself perhaps, and then the connection. But communication is what's going to get you through this, Aries. You have to communicate. This is very important. You can't just wish it into fruition or wish it to manifest. You have to actually take steps and do the work here in order to have this go the way you want to, because you do miss this person. You are realizing this was a genuine connection filled with hope and promise, and you might have been just like not giving it the attention that it needed because your attention was elsewhere. And you know, if you've got, look, you've got victory here if you believe and succeed. So if you actually put the work in, if you shift your priorities just a little bit, I also feel like there's a sense of healing and finding your balance also that needs to take place for you. So it's almost like you've been humbled by this connection, in the sense that this other person, either they said something to you and then like just cut you off, or they're just pulling back from you. The energy's pulling back and you're sensing that it's you know, you need to pull them back in. But at any rate, you're realizing that this actually is a positive person to have in your life. This is a positive connection, and you have to find the balance, not just the balance within you and heal within yourself, but also the balance between, I feel it's like work and love. Like a lot of you are like hard workers, you know, or just working on projects that have taken your energy elsewhere, and it's like maybe love's taken a back seat. But you're realizing that if you want to have what you want, because you do want that, you do dream and daydream about, you know, a nice happy connection with a lot of fantasy. And but sometimes for you right now, Aries, the way I see this is that the fantasy has been, or at least you thought the fantasy was like better than the reality, and you actually gave more fuel to the fantasy than you were giving to the reality. So I feel like for the month of February, this is more of like an advice reading, that you can still rebuild what was lost or is being lost if you put the effort in, if you take the time to acknowledge what has gone wrong and your part in it, and then from there take steps to actually correct it. I feel like this could be salvaged, and you could be on your way to a really happy and healthy relationship and connection. I also feel like around the time of the full moon, which is February 9th, there will be another conversation, or maybe this will be when you reconnect with this person, but there will be a conversation about like where you could see this going. And it doesn't have to be, again, like this big elaborate display of affection. All you need to do is communicate your truth simply. And I feel like just doing that will shift it into a much better space, and you'll find that things really do shape out for you for the month of February, Aries. But again, it's about finding the balance between, you know, the head and the heart, the home and the job, the relationship, what you want and what you're actually putting the effort into. That's important, because I feel like, just gonna say it, I feel like maybe what you want and how and your actions are not aligning, and that's how this other person feels, okay? And they're probably gonna say that to you if they haven't already, but I do see a lot of communication around the full moon, February 9th, which is right before Valentine's Day, so that makes sense. All right, let's get some more messages with the wisdom of the Oracle. I love this deck, it's super pretty. Okay, Aries. So we have a change in the wind higher power, the fates, and the tribe. That's interesting, Aries. Okay. So a change in the wind, I feel like that speaks to you having this revelation that, you were relying on this connection just kind of sustaining itself because it was like a strong attraction, I feel, a strong physical attraction, and this other person was like, you know what, they're not putting the effort in the way I need them to. They may even have expressed that in an indirect or direct way, and you kind of just were like, didn't have the time to put into it. And so they're looking at it, the other person kind of released it in their mind or maybe in their heart, or they may have done it physically already. They released it to the gods, to the fates, to the heavens, and said like, look, I want stability, because this is a 4. I want stability, and I want a foundation, and I want something solid. But if Aries isn't going to give me that or going to come forward, I'm going to have to move on. I don't want to, but I'm going to have to. That's kind of what I'm feeling. And they're letting fate sort of decide, and they've been communicating with other people. I feel like a lot of you could be dealing with like a teacher. I don't know why I'm getting that, but you yourself could be the teacher, remember, because energy is fluid. So, apply it the way it would be for you, but like a literal teacher that teaches students. That's how I see this. So either you could be the teacher, they could be the teacher energy. But I feel like they're communicating with other teachers or other people in their tribe, in their like-minded individuals that could maybe be giving them some guidance, but that guidance kind of like goes against what you would maybe want. Oh yeah, what maybe want them to be getting as guidance, because it's saying come to the edge and loyal heart. So it's almost like they're counseling this person, and they're basically saying, look, you've done what you can do. You've kind of put it out there, or you should put it out there once and for all. And if this person's not true and they're not going to give you what you need or be loyal, and the connection's not that much to them, then you have to let it go. So I kind of feel like you, Aries, were taking a higher stance, like, okay, I'm going to just let this be, because if it's meant to be, it will be, without feeling like you had to put in all the effort. And now the tides are turning because we have a change in the wind. So I really do feel like if this is resonating with you and you want to reestablish that connection, you still have time to do it. You still have time to rebuild, but you have to put the effort in. You have to find that balance, and you have to heal also. I feel like a lot of you have your own inner healing to do, your own inner work about a situation in your life. It seems to be centered around masculine energy, okay? So I don't know who that's for, but it feels like you've got some healing there. Don't we all? But something about take you back to your teenage years, like 15, 16, 17, 18 even. Could even be before that, but it feels like there's something about maybe you had a little bit of it doesn't have to be trauma with a capital T, but some kind of traumatic experience that you still are chained to in your mind, in your heart, in your soul. You will know what this is if that's for you, but there's something about you healing that as well, so that you can move forward and balance these relationships. It's not just the romantic ones either, Aries. I feel like it's something that's kind of been blocking you for a bit. So yeah, so I hope that made sense. You do still have the power to rebuild this connection and get it to where you need it to be, but keep it simple. Use your voice, use your words wisely, be honest, be truthful, come from the heart. If you don't know what the hell you want, excuse my language, just say that, but say, I don't know what I want, but this is what I feel. The other person will really respect you for that, and I do feel you can rebuild something good here. There's a heart connection here. It's not just passion, it's both. So all hope is not lost. I feel like you can still get this back if you want it, okay, Aries? So you, again, need to decide if this is something that you want, and if it isn't, you need to cut the other person loose if they already are not. If they're still kind of hanging around waiting on an answer, then you need to do the right thing, okay, Aries? I hope that helped you. Again, please like, share, and subscribe if you like this content, and also my website is listed below, lisasalvatore.com, and I do offer private consultations. Take good care of yourselves, have a wonderful month, and I will be back for the month of March.